In this video, I'm going to show you how to email yourself in Python with about only 25 lines of code. This is a really cool and useful skill to have, and it has many use cases. For example, if you want to remind yourself when something finishes, or you just want to remind yourself through an email in any way, you can do that through this program and modify it to do really whatever you want. And another example is if you're web scraping, maybe you want to look for something and email yourself when it finds something, and you could do that through this. So that's why this is super cool to do. You can really use it for anything, and yeah, let's just get right into it. So to start off, create a new Python file, and you want to import smtplib. Now this library comes with Python, so you don't have to install it. Then we want to create a function, and I'm going to call it send email. And we're going to take some parameters. We're going to take the sender email, the send to email, and the subject, the message, and the password. Okay, so once you're done all that, you want to first try. What this will do is try a block of code and then check if there's any error, and if there is, then we'll do something else. So what we need to do here is create a variable called message, which is going to be the message of the email. And we're going to have to format this in a certain way. So we're going to do an f string, and we need to write subject colon. First we'll make some curly braces, then we'll create two new lines, and then we'll create more curly braces. So in the first pair of curly braces, you want to have the subject, and the second pair, you want to have the message. When you format it like this, it'll basically send the email and format it correctly. Next, what we need to do is create a variable called server and make it equal to smtplib.smtp, and in brackets here we want to put the host, so smtp.gmail.com, and then the next parameter we're going to pass in 587 as the port. Okay, and then we need to start the server, so we're going to do server.start ttls, then server.login. This is basically going to log into our email, and in brackets here we want to put the sender email, and we also want to put the password. So what that will do is essentially log into our email with the email we specify when we call the function, and the password, because it needs to know the password of the email. Now we want to do server.sendMail, and this is going to actually send an email to someone else. So we're going to put the sender email here. That's the email you're sending from. We want to put the send to email, the person you're sending the email to, and the message of the email. Then we want to quit the server. Once this is all done, we're going to just print email sent successfully. Okay, so if this gives us an error, we're going to do exception as E. Then we're going to just print, basically we're going to use an f string and print email failed to send, and then create another new line, and then the error will be on the next line like this, and it'll print out the error that caused the email to not be able to send. So now let's create some more variables and actually take the input from the user and then call this function with the input from the user, and it'll send the email. So basically we're going to do sender email equals input. Whoops. We're going to do from. So here we're asking, where's the email? Who is sending the email? The email that is going to be sending from. Then the send to email is input, and it's going to say to who you are sending the email to. The subject of the email, we want to get the message from the user. Okay, so the message, and we want to get the password. So once all this is done, we want to call the send email function. And now we want to pass in everything. So sender email, and most of the variables have the same name, so it's going to be pretty simple. The send to email, the subject, the next argument is the message, and then the password. So that is basically all you need to do. That's 24 lines of code, and that is actually all. So before we run this code, there's a little thing you need to do to the email you're going to be sending from. What you want to do is go to your browser and go to the URL myaccount.google.com/lesssecureapps. And what you need to do is turn this on. So what I would do is create a new email that you could do this from. So I created a new email because it makes your account more vulnerable, apparently. So I would recommend creating a new email and turn on less secure apps. If you don't, it will not work. And if you do, then you're good to go. So once you do that, you're ready to run the program. So go ahead and hit run. First, you want to enter the email you're sending from. That's the one you enabled less secure apps in. So I'm going to enter that. Then I want to enter the email I'm sending to. I want to enter the subject of the email. We'll just say test and the message. Then you want to enter your email password so it can log into your email and send the email to someone else. So the reason that didn't work was simply because I forgot to add the brackets here, that's all. And now it should work. Let's go ahead and hit run one more time. Now this should work. So once again, who we're sending from, the email we're sending to, the subject of the email, the message of the email, and your email password, so it can log into your email and send the email to whoever you're sending it to. So now it says email sent successfully. Now let's go ahead and check my email and see if it worked. So as you can see right here, I got the email, and if I click on it, the subject is test, and it says hello, this is a test. So yeah, that is the basis of the program. One more thing you could do to add to it slightly is import get pass. You could do from get pass import get pass. And what this will allow you to do is you can change this to get pass. So all this will do is basically it'll hide the actual input, the plain text that you type in as your password. So if someone is near you, basically they can't see what you typed in. So if I run this again, you'll see this will work. So let's just do it quickly here. So if I type in my password, you'll see it didn't actually show up, but I actually wrote it. And that's the same thing if you use Linux. If you type the sudo command, you'll have to enter your password. It won't show it in plain text. This is the same concept, just a little extra thing you can do. So that was pretty much it. That is all you have to do to send yourself an email in Python. And as you saw, it was relatively simple, so I hope you were able to follow along. And if not, you can just leave a comment down below with a question and I'll try my best to answer it. So you can really modify this code in any way to do really anything, and it's super cool, super powerful. So, you know, experiment with it and see what you can do with it. So yeah, that was pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to subscribe for more content like this, and also like this video if it benefited you. I'd really appreciate that, and I'll see you guys in the next one.